Relax and let your mind unwind. Step inside, leave stress behind. Positive vibes and talk so wise. Say your affirmations, reach the skies. Like, comment, and subscribe now. Let the good vibe show you how. That your vibe feels so right. Vibing with TC tonight. Got your vibe shining bright. Vibing with TC tonight. Lift your voice, let it sound. Good vibrations all around. Every word, every line makes your spirit start to shine. Like, comment, and subscribe now. Let the good vibe show you how. Catch a vibe, feel so right. Vibing with TC tonight. Catch a vibe, shining bright.
Hey, y'all. Look, my day been busy. I went to the store. I had to get this because, I'm on this low carb, low sugar thing, trying to watch my sugars for 30 days. So I had to go get some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have a video for y'all pretty soon because I'm going to try something over the weekend. Everybody come in and y'all hit that like button. How are y'all doing today? I hope everybody did their positive affirmation. I know y'all see my hair. Y'all see my hair all over the place. How is everyone doing? Hey, cousin. How are you? What's going on? Look, y'all. My day been busy. Okay. I've been having so much going on, so I couldn't even. I said I was going to go upstairs and do the live, and I was like, you know what? I bought the stuff in, the groceries in, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit at my desk. So, y'all, I said desk. I'm going to sit at my desk so y'all can see me better. How are y'all doing? Hit that like button. Also, if you want to bless this channel, my cousin has put my Cash App down in the comments. So y'all make sure if y'all want to bless me, anything is appreciated. And I just appreciate y'all's support on everything. Okay? Hey, cousin. I was hoping you would live today to help me through my day, but you need a break too. I know everybody needs a break. You know what I mean? So, like, sometimes people feel like social media, even, it's almost, it's some people's job. Let me just say that. So with social media, you do have to take your mental breaks. You do. Sometimes you pour into so many people that you don't even know. But while you're pouring into people, sometimes you said pin it. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I pinned it. Did I do it right? See, I'm not on this is Restream, so I am not on the other one. What's that? The other one? StreamYard. I'm not on StreamYard no more because they was a little too much. So I'm on Restream. And I thank my sister Rashu from telling me about this. I still have to learn it a little bit. But I'm getting to it. Every day I'm trying to be consistent. So I am still learning. So this weekend I'm probably gonna catch up and learn a little bit more. However, how was everybody's day? Did everybody do a positive affirmation today? Please tell me you did a positive affirmation. I would love to hear that someone in the chat did a positive affirmation today. Huh? Well, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to wait until the 5-minute mark or the 5:30 mark to wait till some people come in. Thank you, cousin, for being here. I appreciate you so, so much. So, so much. And I just think that this conversation can really be applied to what's really going on now. This can be really applied to what's going on now. The overthinker or overtalker. You said, by the way, I am equally an overthinker and overtalker, but I feel pretty balanced. Yeah, because you can be both. You can be both. With that, so let me see. Okay, so now I can get into it. Sometimes you have people who overthink things, and it could be a bad thing, but then it could be a good thing because I'm an overthinker. I'm not an overtalker. I used to be, but I'm not an overtalker now. Sometimes with me, people seems to think that because I'm so passive now I used to be a rah-rah girl all over the place, a overtalker, didn't let nobody talk, didn't think about the things I said. I used to be that chick. I used to be her. I told myself I'm worthy of the future I have planned for myself. And you are. You are. You're very worthy, more than worthy, actually. But I used to be the one that would always over talk. And sometimes I analyze, hey, mama three, I analyze things too much. So I didn't think about the things that I did before I did it, before I said them. I just used to do stuff. That was your affirmation. I love it. But sometimes we can get people in our midst that will overtalk you. Just say if you're trying to explain yourself. And instead of you getting your point of view out, they already interrupting you with what they want to say. That means you didn't take the time to listen to me. You couldn't if you cut me off. You couldn't have listened if you're cutting me off. Now, with those type of people, they tend to rationalize things. They don't tend to want to hear your side. They don't, because they're so busy trying to prove a point. So whatever you have to say, they don't want to hear it. So I'm going to overtalk you. I'm going to overtalk you because I don't want to really listen to what you have to say because I want to get my point of view out. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's really not a good thing. If you overtalk and you're overthinking, that means you're thinking about what you're saying. So overtalking is acceptable. But if you're just a plain overtalker, that means you're not listening to nothing no one says because you're trying to get your point across. Bad. Another affirmation I said was, I'll punch it. That was one of your affirmations, cousin. Not you a punch him. Oh my God. Okay. I don't know how to take that affirmation, but it's a funny one. Let me just say that's a funny affirmation, okay? But sometimes you have to slow yourself down to think about things. You do. Sometimes you want to comprehend what someone is saying to you so you can understand the situation a little bit better. If you're already trying to overtalk someone, that means you're missing the point. You're missing the point, or you're missing the person's side of the story or their opinion or how they feel. A person can be telling you how they really feel, and because you're so busy trying to overtalk them and get your point out, you're not listening or you're not hearing what they're saying. So how could you understand that person if that makes any sense? I'm just saying. I don't know why my voice is lagged on here. It's been doing that for a couple days. Maybe I need to move to my laptop. Next time I'm gonna be on my laptop. And it should be better on my laptop. So I'm gonna try to go for my laptop the next time. But I feel like some people in life don't wanna think about things. They want it to be conflict and controversy. So they will overtalk you. With people like that, and if you're a rational thinker or you're an overthinker, because I'm an overthinker and I'm a theological thinker. I tell everybody that. I think theologically. So I take in everything someone is saying to me and then I think about it theologically. I think about, okay, I have to understand where they're coming from. Why did they say what they said? Am I understanding what they said? Am I comprehending what they said? And then I process it all. Exactly, cousin. Some people only listen to respond and not to understand. And those type of people, sometimes if the behavior is not changed, it'll always be that way. Sounds like a nerd. We got a lot of that going on this saga. Almost like, okay, I'm gonna take the example of what happened to us the other day, cousin. When you asked that girl to come on your panel and explain why she did what she did, instead of her telling you why she did what she did, she tried to overtalk you and say you disrespected her first. Hey Albert, how you doing? Nice to see you. She tried to overtalk you, did she not? She did. And it was only until I said, well, until I addressed her, and then I said, okay, well, why did you? What was the point of the thumbnail? And then that's when she said, oh, because I was trying to be funny. But the situation wasn't funny. And then further to let you know, she didn't listen to nothing you said in your life. She was just ready to attack. She was ready to attack you because of whoever got in her ear or whoever said whatever. She was ready to attack you, just not even understanding or having the time to think about what you said in your life. She just wanted to come. She just wanted to come. And with those type of people, if they don't have their change behaviors, can end reckless for them. Because a lot of misunderstandings is when you don't listen to understand. When you don't listen to understand, sometimes the road can be hard for you because now you're misunderstanding. You may be out here doing something reckless because you're misunderstanding what the other person said. And then when it comes to light that you misunderstood, now you don't say all this stuff before for misunderstanding. Right? Me, I come to a place now in my life to where when you have to hear, hey sis, what's going on, sis Sonya? What's going on, boo? I come to a place in my life now to where I do want to make sure that I'm processing everything that someone is saying to me. You know why? Because I don't want to get a misunderstanding from what you're saying. Sometimes I may have you repeat it so I can understand what you're saying. So I said, so what you're saying is, that's always my word. So what you're saying is, let me know what you're saying. And when they repeat it, I may know how to process it better. I never go away from a conversation knowing that I listened to somebody and I didn't understand them. Hey, BM Zazie, thank y'all for coming in here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I just never will go moving forward in life not understanding my way. Like, I'm not going to misunderstand or let people come into my path, and I'm not understanding anything about you. I just got you in my, in my atmosphere. I got you all, in my circle, and I'm not understanding where you're coming from, or I'm misunderstanding where you're coming from. This just never going to happen. Now, sometime with people, overthinkers like me, we get judged. We get judged because we can analyze things because we do overthink. Sometimes our analytic could be wrong. Let me just say that. And I don't know if I said that right, but I know sometimes when we analyze things, we can analyze them wrong. However, majority of the time with overthinkers, we're pretty much right. Like, we break it down to the core. Once you think about things and you break things down and you're an overthinker and you can kind of dissect what you heard and you can break it down, people don't like that. They don't like it because now it's sometimes, just say if you're around a person who's fast talking. What if you're around someone who's over talking and fast talking and they really don't want you to catch everything they said? But because you are a listener and you're an overthinker, you heard everything they said while they was trying to fast talk you. So when the conversation comes back up and they try to fast talk you again, and you say, no, that's not what you said. I know what you said. I remember what you said. I was listening. Remember, not one time did I cut you off. I let you say everything that you was going to say. So I understood exactly what you said, right? People don't like that. People don't like to get checked on trying to manipulate you and doing things that they want you to do. They don't. It's like sometimes when you get them caught up in situations, they don't like it. They question, are you saying, or did you hear that? No, I didn't say that, or whatever, when they know they said it. They know they said it to you. So sometimes you do have to stop and realize that sometimes you have to take a back seat and just listen. You may want to respond and interrupt the person when they're talking because they could be wrong about some situations. However, let me get out let them get out what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Let them get that out. And then make my final analysis on what they just said to me. Sometimes people will try to twist words too. Wordplay. That's a wordplay. Yes, it is, sis. That is so true. Wordplay is another one. People will use wordplay to try to manipulate you into doing things that you don't want to do, or try to coerce you into feeling a way or to believe what they said when it's not true. They will gaslight you. They will do a lot of things. So sometimes with overtalkers, you have to be very careful because they can overtalk sometimes. If the manipulation is good, they can manipulate you. You feel what I'm saying? Almost like me now. I'm a very observant person. A lot of people think because of my silence, they may think I'm weak because I am silent. I don't vocalize everything that I'm thinking. You know why? Because I do have to analyze what I'm thinking before I react on it. But and it usually takes me a day or so and be like, okay, now what I thought yesterday is not how I feel today. I feel a little different today. I'm looking at things a little different because I'm thinking theologically. So yeah, dang, they try to play me. You know what I'm saying? So I get that sometimes. But sometimes people will make you feel like you're wrong for feeling a way. Or they may think you're wrong for overthinking some things. Like you just overthinking. Let me tell you something about people. When you know, you know. And when they know, you know, it's a problem. especially if they come in with not good intentions. If they don't have good intentions and you figure it out that they don't have good intentions, they don't like that. It irritates their soul to see people come on here and check them, or people come and check them about them trying to manipulate you. Those were people that you would consider master manipulators. And then they will take you, I don't know, to a place that you didn't want to go to or didn't want to go back to. Let me just say that with me, it would be a place that I never wanted to go back to. So I think I've changed for the better. However, you will have people that come in your midst that will test you. They will test you with over talking and not even thinking. Those people you really have to watch out for, especially if you're trying to have a healthy mental. You should never let someone in your space who every time you try to explain how you're feeling, they overtalk you. You can't even get a conversation in, even a basic conversation, because they're always overtalk you. They try to finish your sentences, all that. That's not a good thing. I don't think that people who value people's respect should overtalk anybody. I think that we should all be in agreement to let you talk and then I'm going to speak. But you can't get mad about what I heard you say. And you can't manipulate me either, thinking that, okay, what you said wasn't what I heard either. You get what I'm saying? So with some people, over talking is not a good thing. Yeah, being friendly, just say if you're over talking and you're in a crowd and you're just really friendly and you're just really talking, to a lot of people and you're just being friendly, like welcoming. That's a different one. Hey, Sister Candice, welcome in. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm not going to be on that long, but I did want to keep my schedule. But you do have to make sure that you're not in a midst of people who are trying to manipulate you with over talking. For real. You should not be in a situation to where people are trying to over talk you. So now I'm going to ask the people that's in here, the 6 that I have, if y'all want to. Tiff already told me. Hey, Miss Lynn. Hey, Jessica. Welcome in. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Are you an overtalker or are you an overthinker? I want somebody to tell me in the chat. Are you an overtalker or are you an overthinker? Which one are you? I want to hear that. Hey, G Dub, my sis. What's going on, beautiful? What's going on? Y'all tell me. Are you an overtalker or are you an overthinker? And once you tell me, I want you to tell me why you do either or. Tiff said she do both. So it's a perfect balance. Because from what I know of her, and I know, pretty much her, you know what I'm saying? You're an overthinker. Okay, you're an overthinker. Sonya says she's an overthinker. Lynn says she's both. I'm an overthinker. G-Dub says she's an overthinker. Jessica says she's an overthinker. Okay. BMZ said I can be both, but mostly overthinker. Okay. People try to tell you that overthinking is bad. I don't think overthinking is bad. I think when you overthink, you're protecting your mental. That's just my opinion. Like everything I say here is alleged, but this is my opinion. Hey, Rashida, how you doing, sis? Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure y'all doing your positive affirmations too. But people will try to sway you and say, you are just like us. Okay, let me use an example. A cheater. With women, we always get an intuition that they usually be right. When we feel something in our gut about someone doing us wrong or feeling a way. Now, with me, I will say okay, am I tripping or is this something such and such? I know sometime I've had to call a cousin and be like, okay, let me explain everything and I'm gonna break everything down for you so you will know from both ends. And then I'll say, well, am I overthinking it? Am I wrong? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I want to make sure that what I'm processing is what I'm rightfully processing. Thank you, Miss LaCondes. I appreciate you. Uh, it's definitely better to overthink than overtalk, cousin. Let me tell you why. Because once again, you can process everything. My kids tell me I'm an overthinker. My kids tell me that too. However, I have overthinkers. You know what I'm saying? My kids are, well, my oldest daughter, I know for sure she's an overthinker. Lead to negative consequences. Overthinking can lead to negative consequences. Do you think that? Do you think overthinking can lead to negative consequences, Sis G Dub? Hey there, nice of y'all to come in. What's going on, big sis? Good to see you. Wait, I might be older than you, that though. I might be, but G Dub, tell me why you think that. You said I'm an overthinker by far, a little too much because I don't like to be screwed over. I'm definitely not an over talker. I'm an introvert. Okay. I will talk a lot around my close friends. That's me. Well, you know what? When I'm out in the public, I don't know. People just will just feel comfortable speaking to me or starting a conversation with me. And I am a bubbly person, so it's not like I'm older than you, man. I'm sorry. I'm not I'm not a person that I'm overly friendly. Once you talk to me, I will strike up a conversation with you. However, sometimes I just will not start the conversation. But I just have that thing where people just are naturally coming up to me, asking me things or starting conversations with me for no reason. And I have to know that that's just part of one of my things and I accept that. You say, yep, and paralyzes of analysis sometimes, and it depends. You said sometimes and it depends. What it depend on? Because I feel like if you overthink, you have time to process things more than usual. You said overthinking can be harmful because we might keep thinking till come, oh, thinking till come to what we want, not always what it is, or vice versa. Okay, I think I know what you're saying, cousin. You said sometimes overthinking can be bad because we can keep thinking about it and then it may not be what we think it is. You know what I'm saying? Or what we want it to be. I think that's what you meant. Yeah, but no. I just, I just feel like sometimes overthinking protects you. It does protect you. Yeah, it can be bad in the end, but guess what? You're overthinking for a reason. Overthink and no action. Yeah. But if you overthink some things, obviously it's a reason that you're overthinking it. Obviously, it's a reason why you're overthinking it. Sometimes things, if you don't always have to be an overthinker, but sometimes if you overthink certain things, it's a reason why you're overthinking it. You might have seen some signs or something. Someone might have told you something and you got something that said, I gotta think about that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta think about that extra. Because some things you could think about and be like, okay, yeah, I'm cool on that. But some things that you overthink, especially if you know how you move, you overthinking them for a reason. Yeah. You say I be 10 steps ahead with overthinking. Sometimes me too. But sometimes I let the passive side of me lead me. And then while I'm overthinking, I always put things. And sometimes it's almost, I was talking to my cousin today. Sometimes it's almost like a jigsaw puzzle with me. Sometimes I have to think about things that happen, rewind it, especially when I step away from things. It's always a process for me. And I think that's a good process for me because if I thought hasty and I didn't overthink things, I could be in jail today. I could be in jail. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my beautiful Tommy, my boo thing. Because I'm the same way. It's hard to turn it off. Sometimes it is hard to turn it off. But if you're balanced in your mind, you know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Like little things that you know, just say for instance, if you put your trust in someone and you trust them completely and you've been trusting them for years, but then they do something different outside of that, you have to overthink this. Not, I mean, it could be in a bad way and it could be in a good way. That's all I'm saying. Overthinking, I wouldn't necessarily call that bad because it protects you at the end of the day. And if you're overthinking, it's a reason why you're overthinking it. That's how I feel. What y'all think? What do y'all think? You said, here we go again. What you talking about, Tommy? Had to see. Okay, but what do y'all think? I think that overthinking protects you. Hey, my Shelly Shell, what's going on? I ain't seen you, boo. How you been, Shells? I miss your reels. I miss your reels. I wish you would go make me a reel. But what do y'all think, though? Like, for real, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that overthinking is always necessarily a bad thing? Or do y'all think overthinking kind of protects you in the end? Because it could be that you overthought something and you were right about it and you got yourself away from a situation because you overthought about it. I mean, you overthought it. You know what I'm saying? And you got yourself out of something. But what if you wasn't an overthinker and you just thought everything that was going on was hunky dory? And then in the end, you got hurt behind it. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying, what y'all think? What y'all think? Because I think that over me, let me just say personally, overthinking for me helps me. It helps keep my peace. It helps keep me things in line and focused in my own mental. Nope, I'm not saying. You said I'm not saying shot in a Morris voice. But it helps me kind of protect my energy too. Who I give my energy to. That's why I said I always have like a 90-day period for someone to show me who they are. Some people can go past that and kind of manipulate their way through the 90 days. But then when you start seeing signs and you have to start overthinking things, it's a reason why you have to overthink them. That's all I'm saying. You said it's kind of, my therapist told me that having a little anxiety is normal. If you don't, then you most likely don't care about anything unless driven. Yeah, because I have anxiety. And it's not bad anxiety, but sometimes it stopped me from sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Or I sleep sporadically. I may do 3 hours and wake up, and then I may work on something and then go back to sleep and then wake up in 2 hours. I sleep sporadic, especially when my anxiety is high. Or I may get up and then my OCD and my anxiety kick in. So now I'm up folding something, putting something up, wiping something. I may be doing all that, right? So it is normal to have a little anxiety. It's just as long as you don't let the anxiety take over how you're thinking. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can overthink, but don't let your anxiety make you overthink. That's all I'm saying, if that makes any sense. Don't let your anxiety make you overthink. All right? But y'all, I just want y'all to leave here today knowing that never be an overtalker. It's not good to just be an overtalker. Now, if you have a balance and you do a bit of both, it's a balance, right? But if you're doing one more than the other, and I'm talking about more like the over talking, that means you're not listening. That means you're too busy trying to get your point across. And then who wants to be around that all the time? Every time I say something, you over talking me or you trying to cut me off, finishing what I'm trying to say. That could be aggravating. You get what I'm saying? That could be I know that would be aggravating to me. You know what I mean? Hey, Solani, how's everything going? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Thank you, Mama 3. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, y'all. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say, are you an overthinker or are you an overtalker? And if you're an overtalker, maybe you need to kind of sit with yourself and see why you overtalk. Why you won't let another person get their thoughts out or tell you their opinion? Why is it that you are an overtalker? That's all. I just think that the times that we live in now, because of what we deal with every day and what we deal with here on the internet, we have so many people that overtalk and don't think about what they say before they talk. They just talking. They just talking. They on here talking, and then down the line or a few days later, they regret what they did, or they hiding videos, so they doing all that because they're scared of, now I don't came out here over talked, probably put my foot in my mouth half the time. You get what I'm saying? I don't put my foot in my mouth so many times that this is just the way I am. I say there's something wrong with you if that's the way you are and you don't want to hear the next person out. And I think that that's where respect come in, as me being an adult and you being an adult. I may not like your point of view, but I'm gonna let you get your point of view out. I'm gonna listen to everything you got to say. But you can't get mad at me once I listen to what you have to say and I understand what you have to say, and my opinion don't line up to what you said. You can't say that either. Say you are discussing important. You are discussing important life skills. Thank you, BMZazi. I appreciate that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, y'all. You know I don't try to be on here too long. I just come and try to give something to where we can use in our day to day. Something we can use in our day to day, because everybody, let me tell you something, everybody do not go get the mental help that they need. They don't. They don't see about their mental. They don't want to check on themselves because they feel like, with us being a stigma, our color, being the stigma of, if we go get the help or go see a therapist, something is wrong with us. But in these day and ages, I feel like everybody needs one. Everybody need to be talking to somebody. If you are scared to go see a therapist, you need to have someone that you are close to, that you can confide in, and you know it ain't going nowhere but from you to them, and they're not judging you. They're not judging you on the way that you think. That's why you have to make sure that you do not overtalk. You can overthink to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? You can overthink to a certain extent, because I overthink. When I say majority of the time, I have to, because I have to protect my peace at the end of the day. I have to make sure that what I'm doing is lining up with how I'm thinking. I'm working on me impulsive, being impulsive. That's one of the things that I'm working on for myself, because I am very impulsive. So I can say something And maybe the next day I'll be like, I shouldn't have told them that. You know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, I told them we was going to lunch, but I shouldn't have told them that. You know what I'm saying? But so now I've been working on that. With my therapy, I've been working on that. So I've gotten a lot better with that. The impulsive thinking, I think that I'm doing great with that. So when I tell you something, I pretty much mean it. When I tell you something now, I've already overthought it. So that's why I say it, because I've already thought about it. And that's why I feel like overthinking is not bad, because sometimes when you overthink, you also analyze and think it through before you say it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I'll be an overthinker. I'll be an overthinker over an overtalker any day. And I love y'all. That is my time. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. If y'all want to bless the channel, you could bless me on my Cash App, because my page is not monetized yet. I'm almost there, y'all. I'm almost there. I think I need like 300 subscribers. I feel like I'm almost there from where I came from. So I feel like I'm almost there. So that's a good thing. But I want you all to have a beautiful rest of your day. I want you all to incorporate a positive affirmation, okay? Nothing wrong with being positive. People seem to think that negativity draws it, but then you have to think about what that does to you mentally, physically, emotionally. Always being negative, it's not a good thing. It's not. Yes, we can get petty. Who can't get petty? We all women around here, except for the women men that we have in here on this saga, but we majority of us are women, so we can get petty with each other. However, at the end of the day, you should know where you stand mentally. Okay? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for always tuning in and, rocking with your girl. And I just don't know. I just love that y'all appreciate me and y'all support me. Thank y'all so much. Once again, if you want to bless this channel, you can bless it. Also, make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Or share it. That's what I meant to say. Share it. Make sure y'all share this live, y'all. But I am out. I love y'all. Peace, y'all.
Relax and let your mind unwind. Step inside, leave stress behind. Positive vibes and talk so wise. Say your affirmations, reach the skies. Like, comment, and subscribe now. Let the good vibe show you how. That your vibe feels so right. Vibing with TC tonight. Got your vibe shining bright. Vibing with TC tonight. Lift your voice, let it sound. Good vibrations all around. Every word, every line makes your spirit start to shine. Like, comment, and subscribe now. Let the good vibe show you how. Catch a vibe, feel so right. Vibing with TC